Hey everybody, you're listening to the Fake Book Club podcast where we talk about everything from movies, music, life, and occasionally the books we're reading. Follow us wherever you find your podcast, and I hope you enjoy the show. I'm Tessa, and I'm here today with my co-hosts.
I'm Chris. Hi. That was unexpected. I thought we were going to the left.
It's 3 a.m. in the warehouse.
Tabrizia,
Whitney,
and Evelyn.
And before we get started, I want to mention we are not affiliated or sponsored by any brands or labels we may talk about during this recording yet. And with that, let's kick it off with our first topic. It has been hot as hell, like
hot as
recently.
the devil's balls.
Oh yeah. City on fire.
City on fire.
Like
I walked into the branch when I was coming back from lunch, just stepping outside, and I came back in and I was like, we're all dying. We're all gonna die. The world is dying. The end of the world is dying.
The humidity is ungodly.
Yes.
Ungodly.
I don't know. I'm gonna be so afraid to open up my rent check, my rent statement.
The electricity.
Yeah.
That was my next question. Does everyone have AC in their apartments?
Oh
houses?
yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I would not be able
That's
to
good,
survive
at least.
otherwise.
I have a smart AC, so I can turn it on remotely.
Stop.
No, so my parents installed one of those, and right now they're in Florida. So my dad downloaded the app, and he's like testing it out, and I'm just like, this is cool, but also, like, why?
No, because the benefit is like if I'm working out of home, like I live by myself, and come stalk me if you want, but
No.
We need a car.
Just try.
Just try it. It's more for the listeners than anything.
This is not an invitation.
Exactly.
So I live by myself, and then on the days when I'm out, Tessa's making. This is too funny. Stop.
It's very early, and we're at the silly time in the head.
This is our first time recording the podcast in the morning.
Yeah, tell them what time it is.
Like it is
11:14.
3 a.m.
It's 3 a.m. in a warehouse in Brooklyn. And for anyone who gets that reference, you're cool.
Oh, we should say 11:14 New York time.
We all had to get up at like 7
On a
to get
Saturday.
here. On a Saturday. There's
when
no sleeping.
MTA is not your friend.
Yes.
But I did get a seat on the train. But anyway.
We had a
I
bum
did it.
sleeping on ours.
Oh my god.
Wait, what happened on yours?
Actually, no, he wasn't even a bum. I think he was just passed out from the night before. Oh, there was a dude taking up like the
taking
entire.
up the whole row. Yeah.
A normal sight. Like it's one of the subway creatures you will encounter on
Yeah, he
like.
walked up around Lexington, looked up, and then turned right back over.
Did he really wake up? I
Yeah.
never saw him.
I think somebody bumped into him and he just went, and then just rolled right back over and went back to sleep.
Yeah, that car is his house apparently.
Oh, well.
Lord.
As long as it didn't smell.
No,
No.
like I said, I think this dude was just hungover from the night before.
Yeah.
That's what it looked like.
But anyway.
Point is, it's been hot as fuck.
It's been hot as hell. And the benefit of having a smart AC is when I'm not home or like coming home from work, it's like cool. Right before I'm about to get off the train, I turn it on, and so I'm walking into my apartment.
Nice and cool.
That's nice and cool.
That does make sense.
Alright, yeah, that's fair.
You walk into your apartment and like the fresh, dehumidified, cool air
Exactly.
comes hit you in the face.
Mix that with blackout curtains because I get
Oh.
the settings. Because I get the settings on. It's just like yes.
You fancy.
We have blackout curtains in our room.
Yeah, so
But the combo, the combo of the smart AC makes this fancy.
That's
You
true.
work from home. You can just turn the AC on whenever.
I turned the fan on, dude.
That's
like,
your problem.
Oh yeah, the fan has
Wow.
not.
I tell Tessa every time, turn the AC on when it gets too hot.
And I do.
Okay.
That's like my sister. I tell her too. Like, turn on the AC, and then
And I do.
she's turning on the fan only. It's like,
I don't only
It's
turn
the
on
electric
fan.
bill.
I pay the
well, mine
electric
is the
bill.
same no matter what.
Oh, wait, how'd you swing that?
Co-op. It's a
Oh.
maintenance.
Yeah, so I live in a
wish.
co-op as well, and we don't have smart AC. It's a convector. It is a little tricky because we have to keep an eye on it because it can leak. and it could damage the
like
hardware
leak on
core.
the inside.
Yeah,
Oh.
and then it can damage the hardware
Damn.
core. So I don't always like having it on. I will turn on the fan. But if it's like unbearable, like it has been the past few days, I'm like, no.
Yeah.
I can't
AC on.
suffer.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm used to because like this past few days was bad.
Yeah.
But you have to if you bear Antigua or anywhere in the Caribbean heat, you can bear anything.
That's true.
I have to-
But I'm not
No,
AC
see, I'd be
everywhere.
a lot happier if I was burying it in the Caribbean. You know what I'm saying?
Wrong. He's not wrong.
The pina colada.
Yeah, like I'd be a lot
On the
happier if I
Not
was like
working.
not working. No. During this entire heat wave, the 2 heat waves that hit, I've been working outside on
Yeah.
a basketball court.
Yeah.
You should
No
see
shade.
the tan
Yeah.
line.
Oh no, this isn't bad. I have a permanent sock. Like I have permanent socks right now.
Oh wow.
We're not sharing free food.
Yeah,
For
because
our listeners, Chris's arm is very tanned up to the
The
skin.
farmer
and
is
it's it's actually starting to lighten back up again because I haven't gone out in a week.
It was stark. Like the difference was stark.
Yeah,
like about
it was
2 weeks
bad.
ago.
Oh my gosh.
Like
And that was like suntan and like sunscreen and everything, but like
compare me who does not go out
Yeah.
like against this, which is
I don't know,
incredibly
it was-
funny.
so no, that heat was so stifling, especially on like the asphalt of
There's
the
just
basketball
no
court.
It's
relief.
bad.
It was bad. Yeah, no, one of my coworkers actually did get what's it called? Like what is it?
Heat poisoning?
Not
Sun poisoning?
Heat stroke.
heat stroke, I think, or like
Heat exhaustion.
Oh,
yeah, heat
sun-
exhaustion. There you
oh.
go. That's what it was. So like, she bowed out. She was like, nope, can't do it. Gotta go to see my doctor. See what they say.
No.
It is dangerous.
Oh
It
no,
is
it
very,
absolutely
it is
is.
very
Yeah.
dangerous. Yeah.
Yeah.
I had to take because I have asthma. I had to take my asthma pump
Mm.
before I stepped outside.
I'm shocked my asthma
can't
didn't
breathe.
affect me. Like,
Yeah.
but it was the heat was like the humidity was stifling.
Yeah.
But like,
But see, that's the difference between the Caribbean and here. There, they don't have. It's not the humidity.
right?
It's like there's like,
Okay.
and you can go into like the shade. You get a cool breeze. It's just the heat.
It's sea breezes.
Yeah,
right?
the
Like-
heat is bearing on you. But here, it was just like this dome
bubble.
of
It
humidity,
stuck to
and it
your
just
skin.
stuck, and it was just like there, and you couldn't.
It was like
There's
walking
no
could
relief.
not
Yeah,
get
no, I would
cool.
go out
Yeah.
to the site and I would be sweating from like 8 a.m. from when I got there till 6 p.m. when I left.
Yeah.
And
It's,
even
it's like walking through soup.
Yes, exactly. Because
It
you
is.
can't stay in your apartment forever.
No.
Right? You have to go out and do some things. And
debatable.
Anything can be delivered.
And it can be delivered, pay things online, like, hey man.
I don't know. I don't like being stuck indoors.
No,
either.
neither do I. I
No.
literally,
Yeah.
like I
I
said.
need to see the sun at least
I
like
do
once
go
a
out.
month.
I
No.
have gone
Well,
out.
because like in Europe is like, especially like in the UK and Ireland, they've been complaining. It's like we don't have a
I've
summer.
seen those.
We have not been in summer. And people I've been friends with in the UK, I'm like, shut the hell up.
No, I've
Do
seen
you
some of
want
those.
to bear this heat? You are lucky, you lucky bastards. You have a breeze.
For them, hot is 75.
Ooh, I would love for peak summer to be 75.
Oh, absolutely.
That's so
I'd
nice.
be so happy.
Yeah.
Fahrenheit, 75 Fahrenheit.
Yeah.
So I mean, but luckily
No,
today
75 Celsius.
in
No.
New York we have a break until
For
I
now.
think it is. Yeah, I
It
think it is
started
going to get hot again.
Yeah.
eventually. I think tomorrow.
I think
Actually.
It is starting-
starts
it
again
is
tomorrow.
starting.
Yeah.
Or tomorrow or Monday. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Mhm.
heat wave after heat wave. This is the new normal.
Yeah,
Which
it
is
is.
terrible.
It is.
Global
Yeah.
warming is real.
Yes.
Look, again, I actually wouldn't mind it so much if there was no humidity.
Yes.
That
That's
is-
That's
If there was no
100%.
humidity, I'd be like, you know what? It could be 100
And then
degrees. I
taking-
suffered through this in Arizona. It's fine.
Yeah.
And
but-
it's worse than the train. The
Oh, the subway.
Oh,
The subway, the
yeah,
subway.
waiting any longer on that platform.
Nah.
All the people, especially if there's a delay or something, all the people
Oh,
are
dude.
I saw a
This is
video. I saw a video going around of everybody carrying those little like
The
handheld.
fans,
I might get
Oh.
Yeah,
I
I'm
want the
thinking.
one that
One,
goes
I'm
around the
thinking.
neck.
Yeah, the one I didn't know about the one around the
No,
neck. I
I've
thought
been
it
seeing
was someone's
so
headphones.
same. I've been seeing so many people with those. I'm like, are those like new fucking beats or something?
No, they're not.
Weird as shit.
Try it on and see if you feel pain in your ear.
Yeah, I'm just like, yo, those are some weird ass looking beats, but all right. And then I found out they were fans. I was like,
Has anyone tried those?
No.
Not yet, no.
I don't like things around my neck, so I'd probably just get like a wristlet handheld one.
Yeah. I've seen those.
I have an outdoor concert in a couple weeks, so I'm just like...
You might need one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Get the umbrella that missed.
Everyone is pointing it at like every like crevice because it is so.
Crevice.
Yeah, because it is way too hot. Like anywhere where your skin touches, because it's terrible.
It's a bad time.
It is a bad time.
Yeah, no, it's so bad, man.
Yeah. But anyway, before we keep we can keep going about the heat.
Yes.
But in other
Summer
news,
is the best worst.
Yes, it happened just yesterday. It was like
yesterday for us. Yeah.
yeah.
Yesterday at the time of this recording.
Yeah. It was the Crowdstrike outage. So yeah.
Microsoft. What was it? Microsoft
365.
Well,
no, not 365.
So a lot of people think like it was Microsoft who did. It's not.
No, it's Crowdstrike. It's
Crowdstrike.
Cybersecurity arm.
Yeah, and then
they released an update that like screwed
it was
with
for Microsoft software.
There we go.
Yeah. So and it just crashed.
It crashed
everything. All computers.
It grounded the worst.
Including their stocks.
Oh, amazing!
Tell us the stock number.
No, their stocks did drop like 11 points.
Yeah.
So, anyways, not that anybody here plays the stock market, but nor is that our crowd. I have stocks too, but it's not like I chose them. They're just like the leftovers from when I used to work full time.
Yeah. No, because the worst I heard about it was like at the time was that flights got grounded because of it, and I saw like
I think the LIRRR got stuck too. I think.
And also MTA, their clocks they don't work.
But like the trains were running just fine apparently.
I know, the train. Like I mean, that was the same with the planes too. They're like the planes were fine.
It was just like you couldn't see anything.
Exactly, you couldn't see anything. You couldn't scan the tickets or print the boarding pass. One person took a picture that they had to write out their boarding pass.
Wow.
Because they couldn't print it out.
Insane. Because like I saw this not a diagram but like a time lapse video I guess of like how planes were like circulating during this point in time, and you could see the amount of planes like dwindle to just a few running around. There's a joke running around that like there's one airline that still runs on Windows 3.1
something like that. Yeah,
there's a joke running around. I don't know if it's a joke, okay, but apparently one of the airlines runs on Windows 3.1 and that's why they didn't get the Crowdstrike outage.
Yes.
Yeah, I think the
worst airline.
Exactly. I think they were like joking that was Spirit Airlines because
Yeah.
Well, Spirit Airlines will fly regardless.
That's good advertising.
Like the air is clear, guys. Everyone else is flying.
The skies are free. Let's go.
Guys, let's go.
There was a similar joke, like, Spirit just generally knows how to get there.
Just knows how to get there. They're experienced pilots. They don't need.
They have a general sense of direction.
We'll land somewhere.
But I've never heard not one good thing about Spirit or Frontier. But I'm always seeing videos of people being angry and flying with them still, and I'm just like,
it's because they're cheap.
Well, you get what you pay for. Then
exactly.
Like
they're supposed to be like one of the cheapest like flights to get.
But at the end of the day, if it's cheap, it's like. And you have to spend like $1 million on other fees. Is it really cheap?
Well, no, that's the thing. I think like their regular ticket prices are like $20, and then even the fees aren't that much. But like you don't really get anything extra.
Oh my god.
Yeah, no, they're supposed to be super goddamn cheap. To the point where like the seats are like I've heard like the seats don't even recline at that point.
Well, I don't mind.
Yeah, like
it's regional.
Yeah, they're regional
airline.
Regional. Yeah,
I've never flown Southwest, but I've heard good things about them. Other than the fact that you just sit wherever. I don't.
That sounds,
really?
That sounds interesting.
That sounds suspect. I feel like
there isn't
that
like
should be in violation of
hard
because don't they need to know the manifest and need to know where you?
Yeah, if there's a crash. They need to know who's sitting where.
Okay, wow, that's comforting.
Oh, no, see, your name, like,
And they don't got a deal.
You got a good deal before you went out.
And
it's
they
like,
don't
look,
have hubs.
you have an assigned seat, you don't have to sit there.
Well, no, because I know, when I came back from Antigua for JetBlue, they told us before they left the gate, they're like, okay, we know that there's seats left, but please just wait. We want to count everyone. And then when we count everyone, to make sure that they're here and checked in, then you just ask us and you can move your
Yeah,
change
but that's
your
JetBlue, like...
Yeah.
But
I love
that's JetBlue
JetBlue.
and also...
Except now they fly through American.
Air
It's
Lingus.
trash.
Yeah, no, they said
and Norse. A lot of
Yeah.
airlines say the same
Delta
thing.
ain't say shit.
Maybe they don't care. But I mean, back to the CrowdStrike thing, because I know a lot of Mac users were probably laughing.
No, not laughing, crying.
Yeah, because yeah.
I still had to work.
Where's exactly? Where's my day off?
Well, first, at my job, only 3 staff computers and 1 public computer was not working, and we still had to work. So I don't think.
And you still have to work next week, even if it's not fixed.
Yeah,
It's really funny.
I think everything's fixed though by now.
There's a
Yeah.
joke also
still
running
hasn't,
around.
They found the problem, and they just
Ah.
have to. It's slowly rolling out.
Rolling out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
There's a joke running around that says hey, whoever screwed up with the CrowdStrike with the CrowdStrike update is gonna get fired anyway. So why not just knock out Microsoft Teams and Outlook and
Really
and give us
complete it, yeah.
really
I guarantee you, the person that did it had no idea what they were doing anyway, so they probably couldn't take out anything.
Yeah.
Well,
because that was the joke. Even though Microsoft was down for a bunch of things, the one thing that they weren't down were Teams and Outlook, which is what a lot of people use to communicate and
Yeah.
actually work. So we may as well just knock that out as well and just take the day.
That's interesting. In the tech world, it's easy for someone to screw up, but there
Yeah.
are things in place that
Yeah.
There should have been
checks
a
all
fail
the way
safe.
around.
Yeah.
That CrowdStrike did not have that.
Exactly.
Is the biggest mistake
Because
of all. So
for it
it's
to
not
be
on one
global,
person.
it
It's
shouldn't
not on one
just.
person.
There should be it should be a regional thing. Because how does it affect
Everything.
everything?
They sent it out to everyone.
Yeah.
Usually when you roll out a new change or anything, it's usually 5%. We'll ramp it
Yeah.
up to 10%. Is everything still
then-
going good? Okay, good. We'll bring it up. But no, they're 100% to everyone.
I read an
Before change.
article.
That's not how
they
you
were
roll
saying
things
that
out.
I feel
Yeah.
like
they did
one
that
person
wrong.
should not be also responsible.
No,
for
it's not.
No,
There's-
fully being honest, it's probably some bug in the code that just
Yeah.
because they didn't test it out
The
with the
system
5%, it
failed.
probably
And
System failed.
it freaked out. The computer freaked. It was like, wait,
Yeah.
what's going on? And it just completely shut down, giving the blue screen of death.
it probably was
The
in
sad
theory
face
while they were
Yeah.
writing it should have been
At the-
fine,
at the-
and then
yeah,
once it was
sure.
actually implemented, that bug actually just kind of fucked
They
everyone.
didn't test it. Someone else didn't review it.
Yeah.
And then it was just a whole dump.
Yeah, it was
And then also in that same article, that CrowdStrike also, they critiqued them on the fact, why did you release it on a Friday?
Exactly. That is
Why didn't you do it on
That's
a
a
Monday or a
That
Tuesday?
is very
That's a
calculated.
great point.
Yeah,
I'm sure conspiracy theories are
yeah,
having
it's
a
why
field
would you
day
do it
with
on a
this.
Friday? Because before the weekend, because what if something goes wrong?
It's a thing. They
Yeah.
actually call Fridays don't push the prod.
Yeah.
I feel
That's what
like
everyone
something fishy is gonna happen in November. Not to get political, but I feel like they're testing some stuff out.
I'm really a conspiracy theorist.
That's what I'm saying.
Put your tinfoil hats on.
Should have a whole episode on conspiracy theories.
That-
Oh, God.
Our October one,
Hilarious.
it's creepy
Ooh,
time.
let's do it. I love that.
We should do it in October then.
Yeah.
Yeah,
let's
that's
do
what
that.
Oh, I thought I heard November. I was like,
No, October.
No, it's November is gonna be something shady.
So prior to that, we'll have the conspiracy.
yeah, that's what I'm saying, exactly.
And then for our November, it'd be like, Whitney was right.
Or Whitney was wrong.
Exactly.
We can hold it.
That's a very good
Yeah,
follow-up.
no, it's like the newspapers when they have 2 headlines waiting to see which one goes.
Yeah.
That's what we'll do.
Amazing.
Oh,
Like
God.
something's hinky.
Yes, exactly.
What? No. Not
Like,
in this
remember back
government.
in July
Please, that's
when the
it.
entire system went down? I'm just saying.
We'll just do a record scratch, Record scratch effect. Replay this voice clip.
Yeah, it's just kind of like.
Oh my gosh. Alright, so apparently, like, breaking news to me, actually, specifically, was the amount of celebrity deaths that apparently happened over the weekend or over this past
Over
week.
the past like 5
week or
days.
so, yeah.
Okay.
5-7 days.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I did not know about any of this.
Which
like,
one shocked you the most?
honestly, Shannon Doherty.
Same.
Yeah.
That's the one that I really
Mainly-
that I didn't know about.
Yeah, it's funny because like I feel like I only know about her because of Charmed when she was like the eldest sister on Charmed, and then like I find out that like oh no she was like a big actress like in the 90s. Am I wrong?
Yeah,
Yeah,
90210.
Yeah,
Yeah,
90210, exactly.
yeah.
And I'm like, oh, I didn't know that. I had no context for that. And then suddenly it was like, yeah, she was apparently difficult to work
Oh, this
with
was a
and
week
so
ago.
on. And I'm just like, oh,
A
there's
week ago.
there's history behind it. And then I just never heard anything about her again. And like after she left Charmed, I did hear about her having cancer, but I did not know what the progression of that was.
Yeah.
So it shocked to me that she's gone. Like,
Yeah, she was only 53,
Yes.
Yeah.
which isn't young, but it's still like
No, but I mean,
it's pretty.
with the life expectancy
yeah.
for
I
yes.
think it was breast cancer that she
Yeah.
yeah.
And when you're honestly like when you're sitting like around like your 30s, like 50 starts to look really young. Actually,
Yes.
Yeah.
like I like some of us here like are sitting like within that like scope. So I'm just
We're
like
old.
We
I
are
think
old.
it's fine to
We
say.
are old.
Oh my
It's
god.
okay.
Sometimes
okay.
my knees hurt.
Sometimes.
my knees are currently hurting. But yeah, like I don't know, dude. Like I've never like personally I have not felt more like a fully formed person than when I hit 30. So like I feel like I'm trying to like be happy about like being like in my 30s.
Yeah, you made it to 30. Yeah.
Yes.
That's a big deal.
That's
But yeah, but also like hearing about people like passing away at like in the 50s is just like like that's way too close. Like it
Yeah.
feels like it was like such a rush to get to where I am, and now like in an equally long rush you could be gone actually. But yeah, anyone else? The ones I have here are like so Shannon Doherty, Bob Newhart, Richard Simmons, Shelley Duvall.
Yes, Shelley Duvall. I think she was the first of these like
Yeah.
celeb dust that came around, but yeah,
Mhm.
her most famous role was in The Shining
Of
as
course.
Wendy Torrance. And,
Yeah.
You know that movie is not the same without her. She almost steals it, to be honest. Like I mean, I know we all talk about Jack Nicholson and
Oh, yeah.
how crazy he is in it.
I just know
But-
that she was traumatized. Like
Yeah, she was
genuinely
traumatized.
traumatized.
Yeah, there was some of that, but like her
Yeah.
acting is so good, and I don't want it,
It
like,
was
to
the
take
trauma.
away from how strong she was in that role. Like if you see her in it, you see the
Yeah.
fear and you know like what she projected. But
Yeah.
she's
Because it was
she's
real.
amazing.
Yeah, exactly.
There has been like some talk going around about that, like that people like to play up that she was extremely traumatized by The Shining, but like there's also a factor of like, dude, she's an actress.
She's an actress.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like, she-
I mean, I understand she was put in difficult positions,
Yes,
but also not to take away from her acting skills.
No,
Yeah.
she's very talented.
Yeah,
Plus, I mean,
exactly.
it is Kubrick.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
renowned for having just strange methods that he
Oh,
puts his
yeah.
actors
Yeah.
through. So
Oh yeah.
Is this the one that fled? No, it's Polanski.
Yeah.
yeah, that's Polanski.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Ooh, Polanski.
Oh, Polanski. One that he did one.
I was surprised by Dr. Ruth. I just remember, I don't know if I should be saying this, but I just remember like quote unquote growing up on her and like her like advice on sexual health and relationships. And she's also like this squat little Eastern European woman. She's like
Tiny
what
woman.
4'11",
Tiny woman.
not even 5 feet. And she gave like the best advice. She was like who's the lady that did like she was like a white lady who did the experiments on race in the classroom. She was kind of like that, but for like the sexual
Interesting.
I don't know that.
and
one.
Yeah, I don't know
relationships.
that either. But
But Dr. Booth was so open. And
Yeah.
At a time when, like, decades ago, I guess it's not spoken out, but she
Right.
made it like this is a natural thing. Isn't it anything to, like, you know, hide
Mhm.
about or anything, but yeah.
Yeah.
How old? I'm looking up
96.
Oh, yeah,
she
she was getting on.
96.
Oh yeah, that's
She lived a very long
Yeah.
life.
German, and yes.
yes.
Yeah.
Ruth Westheimer.
yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Another person died. She died not too long after her birthday too. Like Shelly. Shelly died
What?
like right after her birthday.
Oh,
Actually,
wow.
so did Richard Simmons. I just looked it up.
Oh, it was right after his birthday?
Yeah, he died on July 13th, which is the day after his birthday.
No.
That's a
When
little
is
bit-
Shin doing his
Yeah, I was like,
birthday?
that's a little bit freaky now.
I wonder if there's something like, not mental, but like to
Oh,
know
no.
that, like I made it to this birthday and now I can just let go.
I did
I
find
mean, when
it.
you have cancer, I don't think you got a choice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
I did find it like not strange necessarily, but like there was like an uptick of a trend of like people talking about Richard Simmons. I did not know he had passed away.
Yeah, no,
So-
I saw that one. I was like,
Yeah.
wow.
But also, I was looking up the fitness marshal. So, like, for those who don't know, like he does like dance, like exercise, like videos on YouTube, if I recall correctly.
Yeah.
So I was just looking that up, and one of the first videos that like shorts that I saw was like, oh, he's talking about Richard Simmons and how Richard Simmons emailed him back like after expressing how much of an admirer he was.
Oh, they said Richard Simmons is very sweet.
Yeah.
Like, anyone
Yeah.
who's come into contact with him was like, this is the nicest man. Oh.
Apparently his death is under investigation. So that's
What?
interesting.
Wow.
Oh. You know,
Well-
there was a podcast actually a few years ago about Richard Simmons, and they were fans of Richard Simmons, and they, you know, Richard Simmons kind of became a recluse, like he was
Yeah,
kind of a
yeah.
hermit for a
Mhm.
while after being such a big celebrity.
Yeah.
And the idea behind the podcast was, let's find out what he's doing. Let's try to talk to him. So it didn't, you know, spoiler, it didn't actually happen. You know, they didn't get to him, but it renewed interest in Richard Simmons, which was kind of nice.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah.
That is, it is not gonna lie. Like from the perspective of somebody who like, I'm sure for the perspective of somebody who just became a recluse after like fame, it must be strange for like your name to just pop up in like public interest once more.
Yeah.
Like especially like through like a group of people going like, hey, we need to find Richard
Yeah,
Simmons.
exactly.
We need to know what he's doing.
That's
and
true.
Like I feel like if you look at it in a very like not if you lean it slightly in the direction of like we need to find him
Yeah.
and then we need to like
Yeah,
know
it's
what
like-
he's doing. That
Yeah,
sounds weird.
Yeah. Is
Yeah.
it like self-serving for you, or are you really trying to like,
Yeah.
you know?
Oh my god.
His real name was Milton.
Yeah.
I can see why he chose Richard.
Milton?
Any other shocking deaths? I feel like we could just look up
Yeah.
how many people have died.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's probably a
that's-
long list at this point.
Oh god.
But
But
I
yeah,
think
these
those
are
were the more recent and more like, what?
Yeah.
Like, what happened?
Yeah.
mm-hmm. All right. Well, has anyone read a book or like
We don't read here.
yeah, it's 3 a.m. in a warehouse. This is a fake book club.
Yeah.
We're not.
Us reading? I don't know if you're
Crazy.
No, to be
Possible.
fair, I have been reading The Water Outlaws by S.L. Huang. I think I pronounced that right. I hope so. But my brain has been baking so much that I've only gotten like a quarter of the way in. It's nice though. It's really well written. It kind of feels like a more modern. How do you say it? Like the writing itself feels like those old, like, you know, when they translated Journey to the West kind of style, but it's very modern. It's very like fluid and easy to read.
So what's it about?
It does have like a kind of like fantasy. No, it's so it's apparently based on an old couple of older tales and just rewritten for the modern audience. But it is about like a commander who gets framed and exiled, and joins up with a group of bandits, and then like on the flip side of that, one of her friends or like associates is kind of gang pressed by the court into researching highly volatile chemicals and weapons.
Oh, wow. Cool.
Yeah, it's pretty fascinating, and like I'm giving it broad strokes because I again haven't gotten too far into it.
Yeah, I do have like the
blurb.
Not the blurb necessarily, but like the back of the book summary. So it's like inspired by a classic of martial arts literature, S.L. Huang's The Water Outlaws are bandits of devastating ruthlessness, unseemly femininity, dangerous philosophies, and ungovernable gender who are ready to make history or tear it apart. So it's let's see.
How many pages?
That's like You know what? Let me just pull that up. Hang on.
It's a thick book.
Yeah, it's
496 pages.
No, it's actually
So it's
about
2.5 inches thick.
515. Oh wait, no. Yeah.
496 pages according to this, but like
My book says 515.
well,
Is that the appendix?
No, it's the end of it.
That's
But it does
amazing,
also
though.
have, which I'm thankful for. It does have
a
a
dramatis persona.
dramatis persona, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm very happy and thankful about that because I constantly forget who people are, especially in like sweeping epics where like 50 people are named in one page.
Yeah.
So I'm like, thank God.
Do they have like a pronunciation of the names too?
No, that they don't have, but that's
'Cause
fine.
that's always helpful.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean these are all like Chinese names, and I'm just doing my best in my brain whenever I read. Like, yeah, that sounds about right. I think they're
Is
pretty
it
simple. Though.
Translated from Chinese or is the
No, it's-
author
No, this
just-
is
It's written in English.
yeah, it's
Okay.
written in English. The author, I believe, is Chinese and took inspiration from those like older tales,
Yeah.
the wuxia films.
Right.
There's a specific like classic that it's based off, but I don't have that to hand
I think
currently.
it's mentioned here because it does mention that like with that classic, she did take liberties. She changed certain genders, sexuality, kind of made it a little bit more modern. So
Yeah. So the
And
summary.
it's an adult.
Yeah, it's
yeah,
adult.
it's like an adult fantasy.
Yeah.
Nice.
It does cover some dark content. So like
It's okay. So it's actually the gender spun retelling of the Chinese classic novel Water Margin.
water margin.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in which anti-heroic bandits rise up against a tyrannical government on behalf of the people. I've reimagined it as a melding of epic fantasy and wuxia, an action-packed battle against patriarchy that's rife with indecorous women and fantastical sword fights. Oh, that's nice. Yeah.
So I've been enjoying it
Yeah.
from what I've read.
Yeah, essentially, like it says here, Lin Chong this is the summary or like the back of the book, like summary. Lin Chong is an expert arms instructor training the emperor's soldiers in sword and truncheon, battle axe and spear, lance and crossbow. Unlike bolder friends who flirt with challenging the unequal hierarchies and values of imperial society, she believes in keeping her head down and doing her job. Until a powerful man with a vendetta rips that carefully built life away. Disgraced, tattooed as a criminal, and on the run from an imperial marshal who will stop at nothing to see her dead, Lin Chong is recruited by the bandits of Liangshan. Mountain outlaws in the margins of society, the Liangshan bandits proclaim a belief in justice for women, for the downtrodden, for progressive thinkers. A corrupt empire would imprison or destroy. They're also murderers, thieves, smugglers, and cutthroats.
And cannibals.
And cannibals.
Cannibals.
Apart, they love like demons and fight like tigers. Together, they could bring down an empire. Dun dun.
Is that not what I said?
No, you did. No, you did. The broad strokes were very good. I'm just here like
Giving the extra detail, yeah. No,
Yeah.
it's honestly been fun, and I'm like, this would also make a pretty good movie or TV show, honestly.
Yeah,
It
honestly,
probably
like
Hopefully.
for you to get the
Dream
quarter,
casting, go.
I would need to do so much research.
yeah, for you to get a quarter of the way through the
Farming
book is
game.
already. Honestly. All right. What else has anybody been like checking out?
Well, I've been reading a lot of books lately. I just finished one, but I'm not going to talk about that one. I'll talk about the one I just started reading, A Game of Lies by Clare Mackintosh, because I took a little break from reading mysteries, so now I'm getting back into it. This is the second book in the series with Detective Fionn Morgan. The first book is The Last Party, and this one still takes place in Wales, in the Welsh mountains, where you have this reality TV show where apparently the contestants have to keep their secret, and if they in competing and keeping their secret, and if they don't, then their secret gets exposed live on TV. But then apparently one of the contestants gets murdered. And apparently all the contestants have an alibi, and it happens on on live television. I'm only in the beginning parts of it, but I love Clare Mackintosh books. Her books are just so really thrilling and intriguing, and Fionn Morgan is a very interesting character and a detective, and she's very real and normal. she has flaws, but she does eventually get down to the truth, even if the last book, she had more of like a personal connection with the case, and I don't want to get into that because this is like a lot of spoilers, but I don't know if there's going to be a personal connection with this, but she has a very deep love for whales, and that's why it is shown in when she's investigating the case, because this reality TV show is like outsiders who are coming into the Welsh mountains and they're isolated. So it's kind of like similar to a locked room thriller and trying to like figure out. Yeah,
it looks wild because it says here like 7 reality show contestants have no idea what they're signed up for, and each of them has a secret. And if another one can guess the truth, they won't just be eliminated; they'll be exposed live on air. What game show is this?
Well, isn't it like
and how can I watch
the
it?
Circle or the Traitors? Because that's how I have been perceiving it. It's like, oh, this is like the Traitors, the one that airs in the UK and also in the US. So it's like similar to that.
Yeah. But someone dies.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I'm not gonna lie, when you said whales, my brain went to the mammal, not to the sea. So when you were like the Welsh, I was like, oh, okay.
Wales, UK.
I was like, she loves whales. I was like, I mean, that's nice. But
Whales have to do it.
what do whales have to do with this? Is a whale a suspect?
Killer whales overthrowing yachts.
Oh my god. It's like, yes, it's nice that she likes whales. Where is this
going?
Where does this take place?
Where is this going?
The
But-
country of Wales.
Yes, that makes a lot more sense.
Or is it the island of Wales?
The Isle of Wales.
Isle of Wales.
That's
No, wait.
No,
No.
it's country because
Okay.
it's
It's a
not.
country, yeah.
Wales is on the island of Great Britain. It's with Scotland, England, and Wales.
Yeah.
And then you have Northern Ireland.
They have
on
their
the
own flag.
On the island, yeah, exactly. They have their own flag. It is a whole complicated story. That's a
My
whole
godmother
different
has family in Wales, so I just like they went from Jamaica to Wales, so I do have some
Connection. Hey,
Yeah.
there you
vague
go.
connection.
Well, Wales is a beautiful country. It's really
Yeah.
peaceful and nice there. So, and also you I like with how Claire she puts in Welsh words in there too.
Ooh, that's
Yeah.
fun.
Mm-hmm.
It's always good.
Yeah.
But does she tell you how to pronounce?
No.
No, of course not.
You have to take a stab in the dark.
You gotta. You
I
gotta.
feel
look it
like
up.
why? Here's a word that has like every other letter is a
I
C.
know.
Like,
Yeah.
okay.
And then you end up mispronouncing everything.
You have to look it up, but
You
Oh
have to-
wait, that reminds me. Have you ever read Trainspotting? Because I feel
Yeah,
like you
ages
would.
ago. Ages ago.
I feel like you would have an aneurysm trying to read that book, considering
I
Nicky Master.
heard. I never read it, but I heard.
No,
like,
he does. Like, so it's written
Phonetically.
mostly phonetically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So it's like the thick Irish bro. No, not Irish. Scottish. I think.
Scottish,
Yeah,
yeah.
Scottish. Like, and so they're using Scottish slang also. But there is a lovely glossary in the back where it tells you what
Lovely
these like the Scottish terms mean, like Ken.
That's part of the reason why I couldn't read Harry Potter too, because of Hagrid's accent.
Oh my god, one of the smallest things in the book.
I pieced that. Well, I'm not a big fantasy person in general.
That's true.
But it was just hard for
No, to
me
be
to
fair,
like-
that's like my dad. He cannot watch anything that has an accent because he immediately like checks out.
Oh, I can watch an accent.
No. That's just him. Like he doesn't mind reading things or like.
He has to have the subtitles on
He has to
whenever he
have
has
the
to watch a
subtitles,
radio
yeah.
show.
Because like he's like if it's too much of an accent, he just checks out. I'm like, dude, you have an accent. Like
He knows this.
stop getting on their cases. Just enjoy.
I watch TV with subtitles on regardless.
Yeah,
That's because I'm deaf when I'm watching.
I
Something.
have bad audio processing.
Well, no, but especially with Scottish TV show, because their accent can be really thick, especially in depending on where in Scotland they're from. Because if it's like in Edinburgh or Glasgow, it's not as thick. It's fine, but if they're like in the Scottish Highlands, it can be really thick, and you have a hard time understanding them. So you have to have like really subtitles on.
Yeah.
It's funny because when I watch my Thai dramas, mostly Thai BL if we're being honest, they'll have subtitles for people speaking Thai, and I'm like, so I guess it's a regional translation. I'm supposing it's a regional, like Bangkok versus. Was it Chiang Mai or whatever? Because I'm like, how are you translating what they're saying, but they're speaking in Thai? And so,
I mean, hey, the hard of hearing people
the
exist
dialects,
everywhere.
yes. No, but it's just for when they're translating,
then yeah,
when
that's
they're
probably
in
a
the
dialect
different.
thing. Because I've seen that too for like some Spanish subtitles where it's like Spanish and then it says like Mexican next to it and then Spanish Catalan and I'm like, no, those are two different types of Spanish. So
I know. Yeah, I only know Mexican Spanish just based on high school. Don't ask me about Puerto Rican or Dominican Spanish. I'm like, hey.
Half of that is English. That doesn't count.
It's Spanish on hardwood. Slang.
Yeah,
Very
it's a lot of slang and a lot of.
I know the accent. I can know you're Dominican by the accent, but what you're saying.
What you're saying just does not. No, that's fair.
Be like, I don't know. And God, we don't talk about Spanish.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's Catalan at that point.
Yeah, Catalan,
Yeah, and they get very snobby about their Spanish.
Like, no one wants to listen to you, Liz.
Like,
oh my
God.
That's what I learned.
No. When I used to work retail, I had those issues pop up from time to time where like, is there anybody on the floor who speaks Spanish? And I'd be the only one. I'd be like, God damn it. All right, fine. Look, my Spanish is like conversational at best. So like I'd go and I'd try and I'd be like, hey, like in Spanish, like what do you need? And then they start speaking the thickest Catalan available, and I'm like, oh, son of a bitch. I'm like, this is gonna take me like 2 minutes. Hang on.
to process.
To just process what you're trying to ask
I mean,
for.
it's like up here, like the New York accent versus like a Southern accent or
A kind
California.
of. No, it's really more like American English and then versus UK slang.
Yeah.
Or something like that. Or
The
like
words
somebody.
are different.
The words are different, and then like you also have different pronunciations. So
and spelling and stuff like that.
Or I guess it'd be more like New York slang versus UK slang, and you're only speaking in slang.
Oh my God, only slang.
Only slang, and you're just like, because again, I learned Spanish by talking to my family and talking to friends. I did not learn it in a classroom.
Yeah.
So I don't have like proper whatever.
To be fair, that's also the
Diction?
same.
Right?
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, that's also the
I
same
have an
way.
American accent in all foreign languages I speak. So I know, or like pretend to speak rather.
I do have like I also am only conversational in Filipino or like in Tagalog specifically, and it's really strange to like have a Filipino class, and like the format of that is like the way your English lit class would run.
Yeah.
And it's like I don't have formal like Tagalog, like, but I have conversational Tagalog, and it's so different.
Yeah.
Like if you write an essay in English, you don't write in conversational English. You write you so if you have to write an essay in like Tagalog, you have to have like the formal Tagalog and all the rules, because like I didn't even know that like certain words were abbreviated until like, no, this has to be spelled out, and I'm like, that's a whole word.
That's a good one.
Yeah, because you only hear it spoken.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So I'm just here like, what is I have to add an I where I thought this was just like a whatever.
Is it also regional, like the accent?
So the problem is like the Philippines has like over 1,000, I assume, dialects. Yeah. So, and none of those dialects necessarily like
formal?
No. None of those dialects necessarily like overlap with others. Like someone could speak to you in a dialect and it would sound absolutely nothing like Tagalog. If you only know Tagalog, like other regions do not even have Tagalog. They have like a different dialect.
Mandarin versus Cantonese.
Yes, probably.
One of the different dialects on the Indian subcontinent.
It has been argued that like they shouldn't be called dialects. They should be called like languages.
Yeah.
So
well, because I had an interesting conversation with my mom about it. Because in the Caribbean, they have each island has like a different dialect, and I think my mom said that she saw an article. They were talking about how I don't know if it was Duolingo or Mango languages that they had Jamaican as a language, and my mom was like, no, Jamaican's not a language, it's a dialect. It's like you know how a person speaks, you know which island they're coming from. So I think there's like still, like Tessa said, there's like a lot of debate, like whether it should be the type of how a person speaks or is it just like a general language of that? Because my mom and the rest of my family on the West Indian side, they can tell, like, as soon as a person speaks, if they're from Barbados or Jamaica or Antigua, or even for Antigua, which village that they come from, because it's like a different dialect as well, and she can tell like instantaneously. So it's like it is like a very huge debate on that.
Well, go on.
Is there a barrier of communication? Like if an Antiguan had a conversation with a Jamaican, would they be able to?
They will be able to talk.
Yeah.
I mean, we can talk more
I know it's
about
English, but it's
the other stuff that my mom said about Jamaican people that we
let's not do that.
Let's not go into stereotyping. No.
Yes, she can understand it.
Yeah. No, to go into that though, like the official definition of a dialect is a regional variety of language. So it's so a dialect does require a root language. If it doesn't have a root language, then it's not a dialect.
So, like English has like southern,
several dialects,
northeastern,
northeast, like European.
Yeah.
So
because it's like and it's like the same in the UK because they know there's a different dialect for the north of England and the south of England because it's like it can be very harder and how they pronunciate their words, and then in the south it can be very lighter and flowy and stuff like that. So they know which very posh.
But that's the thing. Accents are also a part of dialects. Yeah. So it needs to have that common language, and then the dialect spreads out from there. So if you don't have that common language, like if they're a completely different system of reading, writing, and speaking, then that's a language. It's not a dialect at that point.
Yeah, that's why it's been argued, and they still fight.
Everybody gonna fight.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Ooh.
That's like a...
So now it's Evelyn to talk about.
My Summer of You.
Yeah.
Yeah, you wrote that.
Oh my God.
This is early for us, folks.
Unbelievably
Can
so.
I tell you, I only had
2 a.m.
one grande iced coffee.
We're getting another grande iced coffee.
Oh yeah, we're all getting coffee after
Grande
this.
iced coffee. But yes, I read a manga. It was
Yay!
It was 3 volumes, and it was very quick. I don't know if you guys have heard of it, but it's a video manga.
heard of it. Yeah,
it's a high school romance, and one of the guys is very hot, and he has a crush on the guy that's not as hot. And it's just
that's always the case.
It's always the case. But I did like that.
I read the scans many moons ago.
I like their connection of movies. I thought that was very unique. Like usually it's very superficial. Like this just a look thing. Whatever. But like they had a connection over movies that they watched. Everything I think was made up, but it was sweet. It was cute.
Oh, like the movie titles themselves?
Yeah, I think it was like it wasn't Jurassic Park, but it was like Jurassic Park. You know. Like,
for copyright reasons, they were different. Yeah,
exactly.
God, that's pretty funny though.
So they would go on trips to like movie locations, like some of their favorite movies.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
I highly recommend it. It's easy breezy.
Oh yeah, I like this mangaka a lot. They have good stuff.
Yeah, a lot of we had a copy at our library. It was checked out and hasn't been returned. So they like it, and that was cute.
That was actually the book that was self-renewed.
Oh,
so it's you.
It wasn't. No. It was for the Queen's Library, and that is surprising to me. Like I was like, what? They renewed it for me.
They did it when they did away with fines. They just do it once, and then after that, you gotta do it yourself.
Yeah,
makes sense.
that's cool though.
Yeah.
Like, especially if you're reading like 1,000-page fantasy book.
Have your good friend who works at a branch renew it for you.
What?
No, and she messages and he's like, "Oh, you're working today? Can you read my book?"
So that's dangerous. You shouldn't have told her. You're lucky you don't work for Queens, Tabrizia.
It would be on you in this.
In my not defense, I was getting very passive aggressive emails about not having returned them. They're like, "Oh, well, we see you haven't returned your books yet." I'm like, and it's a weekly. I'm like, if you don't, it's the Yakuza lover series.
Oh my God, yes.
I saw it, I was like, oh my God.
Like, I can't believe I'm renewing this for you.
Hey, I'm getting those numbers up.
Yeah, you are.
Yep, make sure we stay in business.
Exactly.
Oh my god. Support your local library.
Yes. Always support your local.
Yes.
But
Not once it's too far.
Because once after a while, if it's overdue too long, they won't let you do it.
Yeah.
So
What is too long though?
like
30 days. Yeah.
3 days.
Oh, okay.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's when those
fair, I
emails
guess.
start coming.
Mhm.
I'm like, if you don't leave me alone, charge me or be quiet.
You have no power.
I'll bring them back when I want to. You're letting me check them out.
I'm like, I'm going to return them, just not now.
Eventually.
Eventually you'll get them back.
This podcast supports the local libraries.
Yes.
The
Yes.
others. This is statements here. Blah blah blah. Officially. But yes. Well, speaking of manga though, like I did see a trailer recently that there was gonna be a new adaptation of Ranma 1/2 by Rumiko Takahashi, and I'm kind of losing my mind because listen, they can pry the original from my cold dead hands, but
For our listeners, that's the same person who did Inuyasha.
Yeah.
Which was discussed previously.
yes. Look, listen, I have rediscovered like my apparent love for Rumiko Takahashi, but yeah, like being real, like Studio MAPPA, who does the animation, is clearly overworked. They've got a lot of projects.
Are they the only studio?
I feel like
Bones, I mean.
Because what happened to Perot or whatever?
or Trigger or anyone, literally anybody.
Well, Studio Trigger splintered off into like 5 other studios, I think, by this point.
okay.
Wow.
Sadness.
Or no, they splintered off from Bones, I think.
I think so. Like
And then splintered again.
every like animation studio seems to be splintering off from something, and if you follow the trail long enough, it started with Gainax. Of Neon Genesis Evangelion fame, and that's why like everything looks wild and crazy if you squint closely enough. But yeah, I loved the original Ranma 1/2, and I did read the manga for a bit, and I also watched the original anime for a bit. They can pry the originals from my cold dead hands. However, it's kind of nice to see them in like very HD animation.
Yeah, the colors are gorgeous.
The colors are good.
The colors, Duke. The colors.
The colors, dude.
The colors, dude. The colors.
My confusion a little bit is that like I think because of the coloration, Ranma's female form is a girl with pink hair rather than red, and I'm not sure how to feel about it. But I'm also not gonna nitpick it. Like it looks good.
Yeah, the art
looks-
looks. I'm just waiting for Bleach to come back, which I think is coming
I
back
thought-
this month.
I thought Blood War was already out. 1,000-Year Blood War. Is there more?
There's a 3rd season because it's not done yet.
When will the 1,000-Year War be done?
In 1,000
In
years.
1,000 years.
When will my men
Well, the thing
return
is, we're
from the
only
war?
getting like maybe we're not getting.
Full seasons.
We're not getting full seasons.
Oh.
They're giving us like
Bits and
under
pieces,
20
yeah.
episodes.
Give us nothing.
And I'm just like, can it be done? Because the manga's done. Bleach
Yeah, the
has
manga's
been
been
done.
done.
Oh,
So I'm just like, just give it. But you know, they're doing Jujutsu Kaisen, Demon Slayer, Bleach, now Ranma.
Oh my god.
Are they doing Fire Force? I can't remember.
I can't remember
I
if
don't
Mappa
know,
does
but
Fire Force.
interesting fact, Gainax is dead, by the way.
Gainax has been dead for a long time.
No. Like, they've officially, like, closed their doors in June 7th.
I do remember something about
Yeah.
that in June. Yeah,
They,
they officially filed for like.
For bankruptcy, and now have transferring all of their properties over to a different company.
Yeah, that was a huge deal. I forgot. I don't know. I no longer remember all the details about it, but there was like something to the effect of like they had to like redivide the assets and
Yep.
like figure out. But essentially, it was like goodbye to Gainax. It is no more.
But also Witch Hat Atelier, the trailer.
Oh my god! Yes. Wait, that's
Yeah.
so good.
The trailer. It looked really good. I was like, oh my god, this is
I
beautiful.
didn't know it had it. Okay, like
It comes out later this year.
it's so wild to me because like I have known about that series for like a while, and
Oh
I
no,
had not
2025. Sorry.
I had not known that it had never been adapted.
No, they were talking about adapting it, and then they finally got a studio to adapt it, and they just released the trailer like 2 weeks ago.
No, that's gonna be so good.
It's one of my favorite manga series, so I'm really excited about that.
I actually picked up that manga sideways. I actually went into Witch Hat Atelier Kitchen. And it's so cute.
It's really cute.
It's the cutest thing. And like, if there's something I cannot resist, it is what do you call this? Fantasy and food. Like it's so cute.
That one is adorable. I was like, oh, that's so cute. You guys did a little spin-off.
I love a food spin-off of like a fantasy franchise always, because there's been several that have done this. I can't I think off the top of my head, like I cannot remember the series. I think it was the
Fate series.
The Fate series has like a kitchen / food spin-off, which
like
is
a cafe spin-off or something.
Yeah. But like there's other stuff in that format, like Delicious in Dungeon and
that's just its own thing.
But like that's why I said the stuff in its own format. Like that entire series is about fantasy food, and like, but also it can be like super adventure and super gory. But the food always looks good.
Yeah. I love anime food.
Yeah. If it's done well, yes.
Exactly. Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
But also, Fire Force is made by David Productions.
Who's David?
JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Oh,
okay.
We're getting a season 3 of Fire Force finally. I have to finish reading.
I only saw the first season of that one. I did not continue.
It was a bit like the cat girl.
Oh wait, they're doing the Urusei Yatsura? Yeah, another Rumiko Takahashi.
Well, that one's
That's
2022. That came out already. Yeah.
I know it happened. No, dang. Like I know it happened. I knew it happened. I didn't know it was that recent.
Through David or through
David Productions?
Yeah, they're the ones who did it.
I feel like literally the only non-MAPPA.
Oh my god.
Well, hang on. No, I'm going back.
Gonzo.
They're from David Productions splintered off from Gonzo, which splintered off from Gainax, which goes back to your point.
What happened to Studio Pierrot though?
They just exist.
I think Pierrot just continues.
They just do Naruto. That's it.
Yeah.
Because they used to do Bleach.
Yes, they did. I do remember this.
Because they did. I think they did the big 3.
They did Yu Yu Hakusho and Sayuki as well.
Oh, Sayuki.
Oh, war flashbacks.
Journey to the West. I think I own like the first. I think I own the first few volumes, and then she never finished it.
Because she went into Reload, and then she went into like other stuff. Like it's all the same. It's so sad because like I have such a fondness for that series. Except like it just never ends. I believe the anime like refuses to let it end. Like every like decade or so they'll release like some OVA or some like new series that basically like drags out the journey and it brings them a new villain, but they'll never face the final villain. I just never see it.
Is it like a Clamp thing? Because I know
it's not Clamp.
I know it's not Clamp.
But is it Clamp?
But and I say that how I'm trying to word this is, you know how Clamp, all of their series are kind of loosely tied together.
Yes.
I wonder if it's also like that, because I feel like the non-Sayuki series kind of tie into. I have to.
Yeah,
I'm charging my phone right now, but I will.
No, I know what you're talking about, because Kazuya Minakura, who does Sayuki, has other series. And I don't know if she uses basically very similar designs.
Yes.
And I know that one of her, like a character from one of her series made a cameo in another one of her series.
Exactly.
But I don't know if Sayuki has cameoed in any of those, because they look very modern.
Because the one with the glasses was in, we could talk. We don't have that much time.
We'll save it for another one.
We'll save it for another. But yeah. I do, and we can talk off mic about it. But I definitely have to look this up, because I feel like it's very Clamp-like in that their characters are loosely tied together.
I think the difference is Clamp has other creators doing these things, and they're just linking them up. Yeah. Like, because Clamp is a conglomerate. Maybe that's the wrong word, but it's a group.
Yeah. It's a writing circle.
Yeah, exactly. Minakura is by herself.
Oh, also apparently Studio Pierrot is doing Bleach 1,000-Year Blood War. So.
Oh, so Pierrot was still going on.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, Pierrot's still going on. I think they're just, choosing projects at this point.
Wild Adapter.
Wild Adapter.
I have that too.
Son of a.
But yes, we can move on.
Yeah.
We are like shoving this.
Because now it is time for the football.
All the football.
All the football. This is all Tabrizia.
And the sports.
Sports ball time.
Ole,
Sports
ole,
ball.
ole,
Oh my god.
Football. Why are we saying football?
Oh, let's go!
Ah, yes.
Because that's the right name. Football.
Or is it soccer?
No, it's not soccer.
Soccer in the U.S.
Well, that's
It's
why
football 'cause that's
U.S.
Spanish. And because I was watching everything on Telemundo.
Me too.
Yeah.
But NFL is king in this country.
Oh,
And
well,
if you ask
yeah,
anyone,
sadly.
hey, did you watch the football game last night?
That's why I always say American football.
Ah.
Oh, you're just an
modifiers.
Anglophile.
That, and also I say American football. Because I refuse to say soccer.
I will say
say
Evelyn is
soccer.
the only one here in this like group right now who's currently in a jersey, so I think she has more of a leg to stand on.
You know what? Fair.
Why? Because she wants to give pity to a team that just continues loses all the time.
This is the women's national.
Never mind.
It's alright, I'll fix it in the end.
Shout out to the women's team. Good luck at the Olympics. Their next game is against Zambia next Thursday. Go USA.
Wait, did the Olympics
For
start?
women.
Next week. Next
So,
week.
yeah,
Next week.
Very few times I'm patriotic, but I'm excited for. I know we're supposed to be talking about soccer.
No,
but,
the Olympics.
But
It's all
the
about
Olympics
All
is
sports.
next week, and
Yes.
it's gonna be nice watching us dominate gymnastics and basketball.
Yo, did you see some of the gymnastics trials?
Oh, of course.
Simone.
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 We're gonna have we're gonna leave Paris with like 10 vials. Like
I
vials.
thought you were gonna say we're gonna leave a trail of corpses.
All
enemies.
Well, if our swim team has to go in that river, then maybe.
That is terrible.
Did you see that the mayor went into the river to say
No.
this is safe? She was in her suit and
Oh,
everything.
no.
Oh no.
I imagine that's like going into the Hudson. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Why would you want to?
Why
Why
would you
do that to
do
yourself?
that to yourself?
or the
I
Gowanus.
don't know.
But the basketball team is gonna be great. Track, we're gonna dominate in track.
Yes.
Well,
yes.
see, that's the sport. Those are the sports that the United States excels at. It's just like with me, with fine soccer, and also
History
with
lesson,
cricket.
folks. Soccer came from the UK. And
Yeah,
they
that's
changed
right.
it back.
They
And then
changed it, yeah, because it was an
So-
abbreviation. It was abbreviation for a
Association
football
of Football.
association. Yeah,
So
association
blame
of
the
football.
UK why we still call it
Oh
soccer.
my god. But anyway, it's
The US did
because
not
we
receive the memo.
excel at gymnastics and basketball and
Everything.
American football. No, we don't excel at everything.
Hello, we beat Pakistan, yeah!
As a hobby.
Oracle engineer, let's
Oh
go!
my god. First of all, and because we want to excel at everything, but we don't know our limitations. America does not know its limitations. It wants to excel.
Sorry, I don't know why. After that, I just felt like going USA.
Oh my god! Yeah, okay. So for our listeners,
Who can stop us?
for our listeners, so there was the T20 Cricket World Cup. And this is like a perfect example because the match,
exceptionalism.
yeah, when the matches were held in U.S. and the West Indies, and then by some luck, the USA
grace of
team, a
American
team
spirit.
that was only formed because They hosted the T20 World Cup, and the rules state if you want to be a host city, you have to have a national team.
Look, all I'm saying is I sense the next Disney movie. You know, it writes itself.
I have a perfect. But see, this is a perfect example of this because they were excelling. People were like all over, including some of the people here, not really like looking into like wanting to learn about what cricket was. Like explaining. I was trying to explain
fancy baseball.
Okay, don't say that.
It was enough that we were talking about cricket in the first place.
That's
right?
actually true. Yes.
We wouldn't have been talking about it if USA
Yes.
didn't beat Pakistan. It's the first step.
No, Tabrizia still would have. We just all would have been like,
Oh yeah, we don't know what you're talking about.
And what happened after they got into the Super 8? I was trying to get you guys riled up about it, and then when they started because they lost.
Exactly.
And that's what annoys me about this. Because even though when England got knocked out, and West Indies got knocked out, I was still interested. I still wanted to watch the match and see who actually won. And we saw, and you guys missed out on a very great final game because it was two really good super teams, and you didn't know who was going to be the winner. And overall, it was India.
But who wasn't the winner? America.
Exactly. And who thought
I don't know what it is.
USA.
I don't know how to answer that. But see, that's like a perfect example because every time, and this happens not only with cricket, or it happens with the World Cup, it happens with Copa America. Every time the U.S. gets knocked out, we lose interest, and that shouldn't be happening. We should be.
It's natural.
No one in Miami, Florida lost interest.
They brought them like.
Look, no one in Jackson Heights lost interest either.
Right, because there's a community for it, and then it was like an interest for it. But see, that it's just like this with fake nationalism, like, oh yeah, because U.S. is exceeding, and then after they get knocked out, people lose interest. I'm like, no,
it's about growing the sport. That's how you grow the sport. Once the team is good.
No, and that's a problem. They're not going to grow the sport in America because we don't. No, absolutely not. Because we don't have the. And I'm scared for that because we are not prepared. I don't think we are prepared.
We are not prepared.
We are not prepared.
But once we get the right coach,
no.
it could come
Wait,
together.
You're talking about we're not prepared to host.
We're not prepared to host. We are not prepared to host.
I don't blame our end. It was the organizers being greedy.
It was the organizers.
That's one of the reasons why we're not prepared.
It was the organizers. We held the World Cup here in '94, no problems.
Yeah, but that was in the 90s. Now we're in 2024. Exactly, and technology is different. We are not prepared.
But now we got to do it like we do the Super Bowl, where you can't even get within a mile if you don't have a ticket.
Exactly, and then also, and that's another, and you just brought up a good point because we don't have a dedicated soccer stadium. We're using football stadiums
for Copa America.
Exactly, and exactly, and that's a problem because the turf is not really meant for soccer. It's meant for football, and that was the same thing with cricket because the stadiums that they had for cricket were not really meant for cricket. They built a temporary stadium in Long Island. It's torn down.
No, I was gonna say, were they using baseball stadiums?
No.
Yeah,
but also it's the same thing for soccer games because they like for the soccer game that Evelyn and Whitney and I are going to next week. Ooh. It's in a baseball stadium.
It's in Yankee Stadium.
Yeah, it's in Yankee Stadium.
God, that's
so yeah. We don't have dedicated soccer stadiums.
No.
There might be So we are sharing hosts. I think people keep forgetting with Canada and Mexico, who I think are much better prepared because they
Mexico
have
definitely. Canada.
You're right. Canada maybe, but Mexico definitely because they have dedicated stadiums.
You know what? I'd love to see that.
But
that would be funny.
But I don't think we are. Not even thinking about the national team because.
But is it going to be at MetLife?
Yeah, it's.
There are some games at MetLife. I think
the final game is at MetLife, and that's going to be, and we are
not be going anywhere near Penn Station
not
or the
that
Bath.
you could, even if you had.
So that's like my feeling about it, because we like with US, they want to. There's 3 sports that this country is good at: football, baseball, and basketball.
Yeah.
We have the stadiums. We put the money behind those 3 sports. But we tend to want to grab other sports because we want to be like other countries. We see the South American countries, they're really great in football. It's like, oh, well, maybe we should do that. Or we see Europe good with football or soccer. And now we're seeing them great with cricket. We want to grab that, but we don't have the money, or we don't have the dedication, or we have the fan base, because people who are here, like me, who were born here, we're not rooting for the U.S. The U.S. was good. I will give them that. They were good. But they don't, because as soon as they left the U.S. soil and went to the West Indies, they flagged out because they did not know how to play on the cricket ground in the West Indies, because it's completely different compared to the United States.
But they were also amateurs, no?
Well, I mean, besides that.
No. Because, and again, something that my mom said, and I will not say it. She, a lot of people,
Take it offline.
It's because they came from, in their nationality, they're countries that they grew up playing cricket. So there were a lot of people who grew up in the West Indies or in India or Pakistan, and who immigrated here, and they know the game. Like the captain, Aaron Jones, he just got signed up to play in a game on a team in the West Indies. So he's going to be playing in a team in the West Indies. So a lot of them are trying to be professional, but he even said that the U.S. needs to back. If they want to play cricket, they want to have a national team, they actually have to put money behind it. And they're not going to do it because it doesn't bring in money compared to football, basketball, and baseball.
Yeah.
And hockey.
Yeah.
But even though Canada really rules it all.
Yeah, it's definitely like their national sport, but like we're not slouches in hockey.
No, we're not. No, we're not.
It's in New York, especially, are pretty great.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So the thing that you mentioned about the turf also reminds me of how like certain tennis players are better on specific courts.
Yeah.
Because there's like the hard court, there's the clay court, and then there's like, stuff like that. And like, what was it? Nadal was king of the clay court at one point.
Yeah, I think so.
So
where is the clay? Because it's like the French or the Australian or the U.S.
It's the French.
Yeah, I've been out of touch with tennis, even though like it's the sport that I feel like I like the most to watch.
Yeah.
But like that just reminds me, like if they're playing on the wrong turf, it makes such a difference. Like because when you're in a different area, especially like also in an area which actually specializes in that sport more, it makes a huge difference.
Yeah, because that was like one of the complaints for playing with Copa America. They were like, okay, yes, like for some teams who were winning and they were doing well, they were like, yeah, but this turf is really hard to play on.
Yeah.
And that was
this turf sucks.
Yeah, it turf sucks. And then because you for cricket, especially in the West Indies, if you don't properly take care of the court, you can get fined. You can be banned from playing any international sport, because that happened one time with one standards. Yeah, you have to have standards, and that happened with one stadium. I forget which stadium it was, and they were banned from playing.
Oh, that's good.
They
put that everywhere.
Yeah, exactly, because they take it very seriously. It's like, no, you have to. These are the standards. These are the rules. You have to make sure you're maintaining it. So
that's really interesting. It's also that's also very good to know.
Yeah.
But also you can tell who watches for the sport and who watches for the sport and who watches for the team.
Well, yeah, and I mean, you can be patriotic, but you also have to like.
It's just how it's grown.
It's just fun. Honestly, for me, it's just fun.
Exactly. It becomes like a something to.
Because I just get annoyed by it because it's like the same every year. Like when the World Cup happens, and then you watch the news and they talk about, oh yeah, the U.S. is playing and these are the places, and then as soon as they get knocked out, then you never hear from it again.
Oof.
Yeah.
Regardless, like of the amazing teams, like that make it to the finals. Like I heard a blip about when Argentina won the World Cup.
What do you mean? Where?
On the news.
Oh, you mean like on the
news? Even for the Copa America, and also when they won the World Cup. I heard nothing. Only you heard it, where they were dedicated.
Followers.
Yeah, they were followers, like on BBC. And
so there's
exactly.
So there's like a disproportionate reporting.
Exactly.
But
I think it was mentioned more in Spanish language media.
Of course.
Exactly. But that's the thing.
A sizable portion of the U.S.
But just like Chris said, even when I was in Queens the other day for a book signing, and there was a game with Colombia, there's a community for it in Queens.
Yeah.
And then it's like, okay, then how come there was like no local news about it? I mean, I'm not saying you have to report on everything, but you have
I think what they're reporting on now is the racism.
No, I will say, like, on Argentina's part, everyone knows Messi, everyone follows Messi.
Yeah.
That was so
and
sad.
helping to grow the sport. So it might not come from the U.S. itself. Maybe like, okay, the U.S. crashes out of the World Cup, fine. People are watching for Messi. People are watching for
and I completely agree with you.
Grow there, not necessarily for the country.
Yeah.
Well, but that's again with my frustration, because they keep trying to like saying like, oh, we want to host because we want to do this and that. They're already talking about like, this becoming,
But the moment like the U.S. drops from like contention, it's
and also because Adams, he was like, oh yeah, we should build a soccer stadium. It's like, okay, where? And
they are building one.
They are building one. But that's not going to
in Flushing.
Yeah, because
where
else are you gonna stick one?
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. But then it's just like you do have those inner circles, but when it comes to national stuff, and then when you have a sports segment and you only talk about certain things, even though there's a big tournament, and then especially I would be really interested to hear like how they report on the World Cup in 2026 when it's actually here.
It's a big deal. It becomes a big deal.
I honestly
94 because
No, I don't remember.
It was massive. It was pretty massive.
I remember 94 because it was big.
It was massive.
I think I remember. Was that the same time the Olympics happened?
What's that?
The Olympics in Atlanta?
No, that was 96.
Oh,
that's what I thought.
I remember that.
I was like,
I don't think they coincided that.
Yeah, I remember the Olympics in Atlanta. But I would just be really surprised because I've seen it in the past, like when there have been like big moments in the World Cup, the past previous World Cups, they just nothing.
It helps for the U.S. to go further, for it to show up in the regular.
It's not so much of an issue, but it's definitely the way the U.S. reports things. It's always going to be about the individual versus the team
as well.
So like,
that's true.
Yes, there's Team USA, and there are other. For example, the basketball team, like gymnastics, like are there other people on the gymnastics team? But we're all going to be looking for Samoa.
It's like where we are.
Yeah, it's the individualism, and I feel like we're all like globally moving more towards individualism, but the U.S. is kind of like the pioneer of it, right?
Yeah.
So it's like
it's definitely a lot stronger for our reporting.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So it's always the focus. If we're gonna be reporting on soccer or football, it's here. But who's getting the shine is what that individual person getting the shine, that has to be done.
I mean, I highly doubt that they're going, unless like you say like Team USA
goes the distance.
By God's grace, by some miracle, they
miracles
excel.
Can happen.
Oh my God! If it was the women's team, I would be saying yes.
To figure it out.
Yes, exactly. They do.
Okay. They haven't figured it out now.
No, they had to back
I just highly doubt it. I've just seen evidence of it. It's just like it keeps. It's just like unless there's like a Exactly. If they do something amazing, they're not going to report on it because they're like, well, we're not winning. We're not. It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
even
it
though
goes
you
from page 1 to page 5.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
So.
Ah, well.
Mm-hmm. Indeed.
All right. Sports ball is over.
Yeah.
Coffee. Wait, no, we still got a little bit more. Hang on.
We have a couple more topics to get through.
Just got a few more things like AnimeNYC. Anybody?
So we're doing a panel. Woo! All of us.
Wait, we're doing a panel?
Wait, not me.
Yeah,
You can.
No.
We have to sneak you in somehow. So AnimeNYC is a month away. It takes place in August this year. It's normally in November, right after New York Comic Con. Logistics things happened. They bumped it up. So we will be freezing our butts off waiting to get into the building.
No, so we'll be
And
sweating.
also they'll be using the entire Javits Center.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, that makes a difference.
Yeah,
It
that's
does.
why they were able to. That's why they moved into August because in
Yeah.
November they weren't able to.
I
use
heard,
it.
I did hear there was kind of like a crash of like a bunch of different cons happening at once. And
Oh yeah, I mean like it's con season.
yeah.
Yeah.
Look, I have zero concept of con season. Like I just the time I hear about cons is once they're over and everyone starts talking about
I mean,
it.
con season starts in like January. No,
Yeah.
wait, when's MagFest? MagFest is usually the one that kicks off con season. It's like January,
SNO,
February.
San Diego's next weekend.
Oh.
Yeah.
So
Along
what-
with KCON. But
So
I
what
can't be
y'all are saying is that cons are year round, and I just
Yeah.
haven't been paying attention.
Yeah, basically.
there. You can find a con for anything at any time of the year.
Yeah, so MagFest starts in January.
Oh,
like,
Jesus.
It's usually what kicks off con season.
Ew, why would you
I've
have
never
a
heard of
winter time?
MagFest.
In Baltimore.
I have at least.
Oh my god, do they want to
Baltimore?
freeze?
Okay. But anyway, AnimeNYC is
Well, not Baltimore, sorry. National Harbor, Maryland. So.
Not better.
Not better, but I'm saying, like, you know. It's not Baltimore itself.
I at least know about NAC, but I know about these. I know all of these cons individually, not as part of
I
a
know
whole
Emerald
season.
City. Never been.
Emerald City Comic Con. Yeah, I would love to have gone to all these cons when I was younger, but I missed out on those. So I'm good.
To be fair, I had a huge gap of like attending cons because like before last year, I had not attended New York Comic Con in like since 2014. So like that's a huge gap. I had almost hit 9 years, almost hit 10 years rather, without like having gone to New York Comic Con.
I've been for like Pro Day for Comic Con just through work, but didn't have the best boss at the time, so I could only go like once. But for the essence of time, AnimeNYC takes place in a month, and Tabrizia and I submitted 3 panels, and 2 of them got rejected, but the third time is always a charm. So it's basically we're like comic creators or on manga, and we're going to be talking about the importance of manga in the comic book sphere, what it's like to be a comic creator in this landscape, and then just general shooting the shit about our favorite manga and all of that. So it consists of me, Tabrizia, Chris, Tessa, and 2 published authors, well, more published authors. Chris is a published author.
Technically.
Genevieve
Valentine.
and
Whoopsie.
Andrew.
Draw it out.
Anyway,
So
so
Andrew Drillin.
Yes, I knew it was Andrew. And thank you, shout out to Julianta for hooking us up with Andrew, because we're definitely scrambling trying to find that person. And so we're just gonna be shooting the shit. It takes place on the Sunday of the con, last day of the con. The best part is we will be getting in for free because we're panelists.
Yeah.
And then cool. They're also doing. They're implementing their first pro day. So on Friday, so Tabrizia and I will also be going for free that day.
That's cool.
But we should probably check in with Genevieve and Andrew, but we do plan to record our panel in lieu of our regular scheduled programming, just to kind of shoot the shit. Mm-hmm. We don't want to leave Evelyn out, so we have to figure out how to sneak her in.
You really should.
You'll be our roadie.
I got the coffees, guys.
We got a PA.
You know what we can do? Well, our job is perhaps tabling at AnimeNYC, so we can maybe do a whole switcheroo. Something.
We'll talk about that later.
We'll talk about that
off record. But this is totally not real and it's fake. But it would be cool to have all 6 of us plus our panelists there. But if not,
there's only 5 of us.
Yes. Sorry, I can't count.
I paused.
It's
I was
3 a.m.
It's 3 a.m.
It's 1 a.m. in a warehouse.
I'm so tired. But yeah, we're super excited. So look forward to that. And then we will Tabrizia and I at the very least will definitely be at Comic-Con doing some awesome panels as well.
Yay.
So stay tuned.
I'm excited for those too.
I was like, Tessa might be back for Comic-Con too.
Well, oh God, am I? Will I?
Your job will somehow get you in there again.
Yeah, it's more like
I'm not sure. I'm not quite sure what's gonna happen, but we'll see. Regardless of whether whether it's through my job or not, I would like to come to Comic-Con like next this coming year.
they're more like New York Comic Con is more publisher like centric because I guess since DC and Marvel just really don't anchor it anymore.
Yeah,
They don't go there anymore. So it's like a lot of the publishers are like, you'll see Penguin Random House, Simon and Schuster, they'll have this huge booth that just full of comics. Well, they haven't released it yet. Yeah,
I imagine like the mainstays will be there. So like Said plus like Image, Dark Horse. Probably a lot more manga and anime studios show.
Oh yeah, more like last year when we were at Comic-Con, it was more manga publishers.
It was pretty
hilarious considering AnimeNYC is also there.
It is really funny because like when I did go last year, like I had I was there for just one day, so I was very focused on Artist Alley. So I'm like I had my map.
Artist Alley.
Yeah, I had my map. I had like indicated my boots. I made little circles, and then like the entire time I was there, I just thought of only D&D, nothing else.
Yeah,
we have a lot of great D&D stuff.
I know that's one of the reasons why I want to go back.
There were more than 5 booths for Misty Mountain Gaming alone.
That's the one.
Yeah, and they got me, guys. They got me.
Wait, what did you get?
A bunch of dice.
A bunch of dice. Well, I got some dice because Chris wasn't able to go.
I saw the booth because I took a picture for my coworkers. Wish you were here.
No, it was really fun because what happened and I guess to my wallet's misfortune, I was just like, oh, clickety clackety, roll the dice, and I got a natural 20, in the dice. What do you call it? In the little dice tray for this entire dice set, and I was just like, oh, now I have to buy that.
Oh my god!
It was meant to be.
It was hilarious. 3 other people at the booth saw me roll that nat 20, and they were just like. Shocked Pikachu face.
Oh my god!
And everyone's like, everyone else was like, that means you have to buy that. And I'm just like, I know the rules. I know what this means.
I'm hoping that with the return of Bleach, there's gonna be booths that actually sell Bleach merch. Because just the past few seasons, it's just been Demon Slayer and Jujutsu Kaisen, which is fine. But I'm like, Bleach and Fire Force, give it to me.
I would love Bleach merch again. I actually went around looking for the old Soul Reaper badge from the first season. Oh, wow. I was really, because I used to have a little charm of it, and I'm like, oh, with Bleach coming back up, it would be nice to see this again. I see nothing. Nothing.
You just see the same stuff, and I'm just like,
are you saying for AnimeNYC or for Comic-Con?
For both.
Oh, really?
You do see.
I just looked online, and I'm just like,
you do see there is some overlap.
Because I think when we went in 2022, the lanyard that they gave us that they had for our badges, it had bleach.
It had bleach, but like the artist alley
merch
stuff
itself was
okay.
non-existent.
very lacking.
Yeah, I am looking for merch.
Like, I want the artist alley merch. I need some Byakuya Kuchiki type trinkets.
I need to send you something then. Hold on.
All right, well, we'll save it for after.
Because it's Viz who's the publisher.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Because I feel like with Viz Media, when they're there, they have more of like fan experience. Because like 1 year they had the Spy Family like living room, and then they did.
That's why you go to Artist Alley for the merch.
Yeah,
Exactly.
the Zom 100. They had like the shark. Like that was
the
really
shark
funny,
suit.
Yeah.
I'm pretty
Love
sure.
someone.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I went to like every artist I could find that was selling stickers, and I bought like 20,000 stickers.
Well,
that day.
Artist Alley is the best.
I'd
Trap.
mainly
Yeah.
go for artist alley,
Yeah.
honestly.
For
Oh,
Comic Con
yeah.
last year, that was my
I
favorite.
mean,
part of
I know
the
if I
Artist
go,
Alley.
I'm definitely walking back out with a sword again.
And now they're selling K-pop merch and Japanese like
Oh,
CDs
yeah, they did.
and music.
Fun
I-
We
times.
went last year.
I-
We spent.
I dressed up as a like I'm not gonna lie, I dressed up as a bootleg Aerith like like
walk.
last
Never
to walk
dress up.
around.
I've not one cosplaying Gene in my life.
No, same, honestly.
It was truly like I'm not even color accurate. I found the only pink dress I own. I found a cropped denim jacket and I rolled up the sleeves. I have the big ribbon in my hair and I'm like, let's go.
Maybe I could be Kiki. Get a fake bow.
Oh, I'll make you a bow.
Just put on some boots, some pants, and I'll be like, sure, I'm whichever character you can think of.
No, I'm not gonna lie. I could also do Kiki because I have a black dress that basically has similar sleeves and like the drape. So like I could just make the ribbon.
Twinning them.
Yeah.
We could go. Just bring a broom.
I'm not carrying anything.
No, you walk out with things.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's so true. Oh my god.
All right.
Anything else?
We
We're
have
looking
positive
forward to.
notes.
Yeah, something we're looking
We're
forward
wrapping
to.
up.
Yeah.
Will we be under time? I think we will
For
be.
once, amazing.
Oh my
I
god,
know.
we're
We're not hitting 2 hours for once.
No.
All right.
It's a low energy day.
Yeah.
It
It's
is.
because
It's
it's
5 a.m. at a warehouse.
You put in a shift, okay?
We have like Chris and I are going to the Flow concert like in August, and I'm excited as all hell. I am about to be screaming "Fighting Dreamers" at the top of my lungs. I fully expect to be
Oh, yeah.
hoarse.
It's gonna be great.
You know me, it's this K-pop summer. I actually went to a K-pop concert a couple of days ago, and it was Ace. Fine. Every single member, gorgeous. Ridiculously gorgeous. The mics were on. Town Hall.
I would assume
I
the
gotta
mics would be on.
I got a high touch from all the members.
Aww.
I was like, that's a pretty low bar. Well, you know, it's like the backtrack and the lip syncing.
Oh, okay.
Ah,
For K-pop, yeah.
Yeah, so, no, the mics were on. They can sing. And I got to high touch all of them. They're ridiculously gorgeous in person. I almost bit it
It's
in
the
front of them going down the stairs. But
Oh,
it's
God.
fine.
It's the
But I'm
skincare.
kidding.
It's the skincare.
Oh,
That's why they're all
they're all out
gorgeous.
of the military, so if
Oh!
I come back,
Okay,
doing it again.
No,
Anyway,
that's awesome.
so in 2 weeks I will be seeing ATs at City Field. I have no idea what I'm wearing. I just know it's going to be City Field in August.
Have fun.
Me, I'm going to a concert in August too.
Oh, who's?
Green Day and Smashing
Oh, you're gonna go see them. Nice.
Monday.
Amazing.
So I'm sitting on. I purposely picked my section because it's on the same side as the whiskey bar plays.
Oh, what level are you? 200, 300?
No, I'm in 120.
Oh, you forked
Hey.
out. You forked out.
Well, for me, for K-pop tickets,
It's not the most expensive K-pop tickets you've ever bought.
it's not.
It really isn't. Well,
It was
we'll
like-
talk offline numbers.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
It was, and then in 2 weeks after that, I'm seeing the love of my life. I am, and I have VIP sound check, hopefully a picture,
Oh my god.
and I'm just like, I'm going to die. I will not shut up about it for the rest of my life.
I need this photo.
And then the Saturday of, I haven't bought tickets for it yet, But the Saturday of AnimeNYC, there's an artist playing at Brooklyn Paramount that I definitely want to check out. It just depends on if I want the VIP meet and greet picture resale for like $200, or if I just do regular GA.
Oh my god.
But that is the month of August. I do have a bunch of other concerts coming up, but I'm seeing XG in October and DPR in September, which also comes with meet and greet. Downside about that is that the meet and greet forces you to be GA on the floor, no seats.
Brutal.
I mean, we technically don't have seats for Flow either. We're on the floor.
You guys are GA too?
We're on the floor.
Where are they playing?
Where are we doing? Gramercy? No,
not Gramercy. Hammerstein Ballroom.
Hammerstein
Oh, the balcony has seats.
We did not do balcony.
We wanted to go. We wanted to be like right there, like in front.
Which is gonna be held on our
You guys gotta
bones,
show up
but-
early.
That's a camp outside type
Yes.
situation.
Oh man, maybe I shouldn't have.
And we'll be fine.
You'll be alright. But
Look, man, if there's no seats. We can always worm our way forward.
That's fair.
And then lastly, Tabrizia and I, and then I'll toss it over to Tabrizia. Tabrizia and I will be presenting at another conference.
Yeah.
Talking about our zine that we do at the job. It's an 8-minute conference. It's the same day as the AT's concert.
No, you're gonna be having a lot of fun, huh?
So my plan is to dress professionally and then drop my clothes off at the job because I work in Midtown, and then hop on the train to Citi Field because I'm like, I probably shouldn't dress with a see-through top and a bra and booty shorts in front of these people.
How professional is this conference?
Well,
It's at the NYU.
It's at NYU.
So yeah, no, probably not.
So my plan is to go there and then probably do lunch with Tabrizia after because it's from 11:30 to 1 our segment, and then go to the job.
Why are you shocked? Hang on.
I didn't read the email. And then, but it's funny because even though based on the directions, and I'm trying to rush through this, based on the directions of said email, our presentation is only 8 minutes long, so I don't know how much of that from 11:30 to 1 is actually happening.
Exactly. So I don't know what's
But yeah. But we'll be dressing like a professional, changing into not so professional attire, and then going to Citi Field for this concert. It's gonna be a long, terrible day, but I'm so excited because we're gonna wake up all of Queens. Evelyn, you bet you're gonna hear a lot of screaming from Citi Field.
Oh my God.
I'm ready. I'll be awake.
I'm tossing it over.
Oh yes, and I am so excited that my favorite team is coming to the U.S. Manchester City. They're playing a game against AC Milan at Yankee Stadium. This is going to be so much fun. The last time that they came, I didn't go because it was at MetLife Stadium, and I refused. I refused. After that one time, they were playing against Liverpool. Not again. I was like, no, this is a horrible stadium, the worst place in the world.
I think I saw a Red Bulls game once.
I saw Blackpink there.
Yeah, I think I saw a Red Bulls game at.
And I wouldn't have, but it's like because Blackpink's situation is up in the air. I was like, if I don't see them now, I'm probably not going to be able to see them. And what happened? They pretty much disbanded.
It's the commute that's terrible.
Yeah.
I feel like it was a little uncomfortable, the seats.
It's just stadium seating though.
But compared to Yankee Stadium, I feel that they were better. The seats were a little bit better.
I just hope that we're covered when we go.
It's fucking so long.
Yeah, and then the football stadium.
Yeah,
I think it's because it's like the curve, like how the stadium is situated and the seats are. I think that's why.
I prefer stadium seating over like arena seating. Arena seating, you're just like,
I think that's
a 90-degree.
I think that's how I felt.
Maybe
at MetLife.
more.
Yeah, I think
because we were on the 300.
Yeah.
So that's the other thing.
Yeah, so, but we have pretty decent seats for Yankee Stadium, and I'm really excited about it. And and also, they opened a pop-up store by Rockefeller Center, which is not as big as the Manchester store, Manchester City store in Manchester, but it does have a lot of decent stuff. So I'm really excited about that.
It's just here for the game.
I think just for
They're doing a
season.
series.
Yeah, they're doing a
pre-season series in the U.S., so they're playing a couple teams.
And so I think it is for that,
Wonderful.
and then they...
It's kind of like training for them.
Yeah,
Pre-season.
It's like the off season for baseball.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
Basically. And they get like a lot of money.
Yeah, they do. They do.
Score prediction.
2-1.
AC Milan.
Oh!
No,
Let's write that down.
Yeah, I have a feeling, yes, because I think Manchester City, they do have trouble playing at Yankee Stadium.
They also don't have a lot of their main starters.
Yeah, they do.
Oh, really? It's just like their B team or something?
Yeah,
Mostly.
but I mean, Holland is going to be there.
And Grealish.
Good, Grealish, but yeah, but so I do think maybe 1-0 Milan, but
Yeah, you can always hope.
yeah. I mean, I'd be prepared, but I'm just preparing myself like I didn't prepare for the Euros. Oh my god.
And with that,
it still hurts.
You know what it is? The closer you get to the end, it's just
The
you're
more
so
intense.
close, and then the
Yeah, I
fall.
expected. I was like, yes, I feel like Spain is gonna win, but it's like, you know what? I have hope.
There was hope.
And
There
then
was hope.
it was taken away, and I'm like,
Brutally,
oh my god,
too,
it was
like,
brutal.
Yeah.
I was like, damn you, Spain.
Congrats, Spain.
it's
Whatever.
fun. Not looking forward to being in the sun that long.
That is true. Bring your sunscreen. Wear a hat.
I think I still have the bandana from last time, so.
I have my hat that I got from Manchester City.
You're gonna all be decked
You're gonna
out.
be baby glued out.
Yeah.
I have everything. I have the jersey, the
We're not
hat.
sitting in the opposite team spot, right? Because wasn't that something you guys
Yeah,
were
are we in a
doing?
certain section or? is
No,
it-
they just said
It's just
here.
general.
It was just general. It was like,
Okay.
here are your
It's
seats.
gonna be surrounded by jerseys.
They were like,
That was
here's
funny.
like your. I got the cheapest seats at
Yeah.
the time, so
Still.
You're gonna be surrounded by
I-
Colombian
we-
jerseys for some reason.
Yeah, no, actually, yeah.
I'm like, you know what? We're in the Bronx. I will beat someone down. This is not like in Southampton that we had to be careful. Like,
Oh my
no,
God.
I will beat you down.
She's the one.
You're not gonna chase me.
All right. Well, if that's everything, thank you so much for listening to Fake Book Club. You can listen to us on Spotify, Amazon Music, YouTube, and SoundCloud. You can visit our website at fakebookclubpodcast.wordpress.com. Hopefully, our next episode will be quote-unquote live from AnimeNYC. We will be recording our panel and posting it. Our September session will actually try to be a real book club and all read the same series and attempt to tell the story in order. It should prove to be interesting or at the very least hilarious.
So peace out.
Peace out.
Bye.
Bye.
It's 3 a.m. in the warehouse.
Perfect.
Bye.